Hi there ladies, I've just got a couple of crafts that I'd like to share with you today that I've been doing since I got back from Scotland. Just the flowers really. I've already made the Christmas stocking, as you've already seen, but the trip to Scotland was really lovely. Didn't get much chance to take any photographs as it was a wedding, and it was, we had to really sort of like rush and hurry, so unfortunately, there's no photographs, but it was lovely. Anyway, this is what I've been doing, and I've just had to pause there because I have a neighbour that's chopping logs, which, is no good when I'm trying to tell you what I've got here. But this is one of these scrap flowers, and it's made with material scraps, fabric scraps from my stash. In the middle is an old doily that I've cut the flower from and put it into this with it, amongst the petals. And then I turned it over and just did the bobbin method over the whole flower, and I really enjoyed doing that. Now here is a scrap flower underneath a burnt flower, which I've burnt the silk, and I've used my scraps again to make the underneath the base for this flower, and I think it's pretty. Quite unusual, but I think that bigger one would make a lovely coaster even for a cup of coffee, or you could put them on a tote bag, I think they'd look lovely on a tote bag, or you could do one this size and do what I've done there and just put a normal flower on top, which I've just made a normal flower, and then just put the scrap flower underneath. So I've enjoyed doing that. And then I made this other pretty one which matches this gift bag for Happy Mail. So I think the colours in that are lovely, and I'll just show you that in a minute. But here's another one of these scrap flowers made with scraps from my stash again, and I haven't sewed around the edges of that flower. I just left it as it was. I don't know which is the prettiest. You'll have to make your mind up on that. But I actually like the other flower that was sewed around the edges, and then I added sari silk actually. So I think they're lovely, these scrap flowers. And on the back there I've got a big old table runner from the 1930s, and I've cut some of it up and put it on the cushion at the back. It has sari silk that I've gathered on my machine and put on there, and just some nice bits and pieces that I've taken from my stash. The whole point of these flowers is to use up the tiny scraps that you have in your stash, that you could use 2 or 3 inch scraps for these flowers, because they're great fun to make, and they're pretty. I think they're probably not for everybody, but I like them. This is a gift bag that I've made, and I made a very pretty flower out of some sari silk, and I've made the flower kind of lay down on the bag so it looks like it's a crushed old flower, and it gives it a nice vintage look about it. And I've kind of made the back a little bit less ornate, but it's just a very pretty little bag. That is a gorgeous piece of pearl trim that I've put on the back there, and I made like a V at the front, and I made this flower to go in the bag because it actually really goes well with the bag as a gift. So I think they partner up really well, and again it's great fun to make anything with scraps, and that's what I did. So get into your scrap bag, and if you want to, and make some of these flowers, because they're just so easy to do. This one is not like the others, it's different, so I just made that to sort of fit in with the style of the bag. It's got lots and lots of lovely layers and blingy bits, the lovely blingy fabric, and the bling does not fall off the fabric at all. And then it's just kind of got a lovely tail there with the sari silk again, which matches the bag. Here is a Christmas stocking that you've seen pictures of, and I really like it. I haven't made many Christmas stockings before, but I'll just explain how I made this one. The red robin is actually fabric, which I got from eBay, which is called Make a Cushion, and that you can choose what you want. So I chose the robin. There's some lovely little fastenings there, which I put on. That is from a fascinator. That you can make fascinators with that particular stuff. And then I've used some fantastic fabrics from my stash. I didn't really want to use scraps on this because I really wanted to make it very Christmassy and slightly boho, but very pretty. So it's got double-sided, it's got two sides to it, and there's a lovely twist in there as well that was gifted to me by Krista. And you can see Krista's twist there. Hi Krista, and thank you for that. The top has got sari silk around it in a very Christmassy green, and there is a pretty little image of a girl just there, which I've sewed around on my sewing machine. So basically it just gives you a choice which side to use. I think I prefer the robin side, and there's loads and loads of tassels and everything there, and that fabulous fabric. So I tried to get some more of that actually, and it's I can't get any more, so it's it's a beautiful fabric and I can't find any more. So inside is really thick satin of a dress, and it's all been the whole lot has been basically put through my sewing machine about 20 times. So I quilted it basically. I just kind of crazy quilted the inside to make sure that it was extremely firm and good quality stocking. I've used some leaves of some silk flowers, which I thought was quite a nice touch at the side there. I've added some like leaves, and they just sort of give it a bit of a forest look, which is what I was going for because Christmas is on the horizon yet again. So I hope you like the makes that I've been making, and I'm going to have a really good crafting week this week. So I would just like to say a big thank you for watching again, and all your lovely comments, and as usual, have a wonderful day or evening, and I'll talk to you very soon. And I'd just like to say a big special thank you to a young man called Austin, who is my very youngest subscriber. So I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. Bye.